So I got put on blast on Instagram by a guy that I canceled a date with. So this was last year. I got the bright idea to download Hinge because I'd heard great things and I'd only ever used Facebook dating, and I did dabble in Tinder, but it was just not that great. Matched with this guy. He was not my typical type. Actually, you know what? Like, I guess I don't really have a type. But anyways, I found him very attractive. I ended up getting his number. We ended up chatting and we chatted for a little while. Like, I'm talking like maybe like a week or something. Conversation was super good. We got each other, like our sense of humor like it was so good, right? And we finally ended up picking a date, which was super exciting. So one of the first things we bonded on was he did photography for a hobby. I believe that was in his profile. And now we just touched on it very, very briefly. Like, I'm talking like, oh yeah, I also like to do photography. I guess silly me for not asking like further questions with the photographer. The day of our date, I was on Facebook and he happened to pop up on my suggested friends, and I'm assuming that's because I got his number and we started texting, and I think Facebook has that kind of like algorithm, or ended up finding his last name from the Facebook suggested friends. And I don't know, maybe I'm toxic or maybe I'm just a girl in this day and age where, like, if I'm gonna go meet somebody, I'm gonna do my due diligence, right? As I ended up searching him on Instagram, finding out that he had a photography page, which super cool. Love that. I wanted to see his work, so I ended up looking at his photography page, and that's when I found out that the style of photography that he did was, now I don't want to say it was like boudoir, but it was a lot more risky than that, to the point where I was like, oh, the photos actually were like very good quality, very artistic, like very, very, very good photos. However, I have 3 children and 2 of which are teenagers. And if you know anything about having teenagers, well, they're all over the internet and so are all their friends. So if I ended up going on a date with somebody and ended up, going further into that and my kids found that, that's just not something I would be comfortable with. Like, as a mom, like maybe other parents can relate, but if there is full blown, and I'm talking like damn near OnlyFans, like nudity, like, and I get it, it's art, but I think that I just think of it a little bit different as a parent, that I just don't think I can be romantically involved or like build a future with somebody that is going and taking photos of naked women. That's just a personal preference for my life, and I think that everyone is allowed to have personal preferences. And not that he had any obligation to tell me that. He absolutely didn't. Like, we hadn't even been out on a date first, but it was a little bit of a shock for me. And so it's not something that really aligned with my life, just with having teenagers and everything like that. So I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm also not going to waste his time. So I ended up sending him a text message. Keep in mind, this is probably like a few hours before we had planned to meet. And now, in my mind, this was the right thing to do. I don't know. Please give me a different person's perspective, but I don't want to waste his time. I don't want to waste my time as well. So I just sent him a super kind text, and I was like, look, I ended up stumbling across your photography page, and although I think your photos are very good and you're very talented, it's just not something that aligns with my life. And I just don't want to waste either of our time. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to cancel the date. When I was looking at his Instagram, I did notice he has quite a few followers, like a lot of followers on this page. Good for him. He chooses not to reply to my text message at all. And I feel like I was very respectful and like open communication with this person in my text message, and it was nothing against him. I thought he was a great person. I just like, I don't see how I can fit something like that in my life, and I'm not going to ask somebody to change for me. Like, I'm just not. I don't think that's fair. I ended up telling one of my best friends about it, and she ended up looking at his page like an hour later, and what does he do? He posts a post on his stories saying, God forbid a man has a hobby, and like started lashing out because I canceled this date. And honestly, it had, again, nothing to do with him. It was just that it just did not fit what I wanted for my life. I thought it was done. I thought he just made like one stupid Instagram story about like, oh, God forbid a guy's like has photography as a hobby, like girls don't want to date me. No, it went on. He ended up screenshotting my text messages and ended up posting them all over his stories. He looked like kind of an idiot because what I said was very respectful, and I think any sane person would be like, yeah, okay, like this girl just didn't like what you did as a hobby and it just didn't fit with her life. Fair, like move on. So I kind of feel like sharing my text messages was a little bit childish. I feel like maybe I struck a nerve and I really didn't mean to. Honestly, I was just trying to be honest and do the right thing rather than meet somebody and waste time. The kicker of this all is that I recently downloaded Hinge a couple days ago, and guess who's in my likes? This guy. So anyways, I wish you the best of luck out there. Times are tough. We are in the trenches, but here's to dating in 2026.
Hey gentlemen, let's be clear about something here. A woman with a $120 nail set, $200 worth of color in her hair, and $150 worth of makeup on her face is not using your dusty butt for a $100 dinner, okay?
The game has officially changed. For years, men were expected to jump through hoops, decode mixed signals, and fund lifestyle choices just for a chance at a first date. But in 2026, the script has flipped. Men are quietly withdrawing their attention, refusing to play the games, and matching women's energy exactly. The result? Total panic from a generation of women who realize their leverage is disappearing. Let's look at the logic.
Okay, I'm a 27-year-old single woman. And if you're also in your late 20s, it really hurts to say that now. If you're in your late 20s and you're single, I'm trying something, and if you want to join me, feel free. My new rule is I will not give a guy, okay, permission, or should I say consent, until he can make me actually successfully, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I have dated way too many men that only care about their needs. And I'm done with that. Like, I will take care of your needs, but take care of mine too. God damn. I dated some guys that never could make me. Never. And they wouldn't even try very hard. Like, oh my gosh.
I know this is a fucked up thing to say, but when a woman from my community tell me I'm being a good man, I immediately start checking for the sucker shit I'm motherfucking doing.
Why do y'all look and not say shit? That shit be pissing me off. I don't come to the club to look. I come to the club to look cute and have fun. But goddamn, y'all be looking and not saying shit. That'd be pissing me the fuck off. Say something. Jesus, please.
Things I've truly wondered about men, number 345, men. You know when you're talking to a girl constantly and there's a lot of flirting going on, but you never ask her out? What's the end goal?
I am so fed up with dating. Like, why do these grown men act like little boys? And my standards aren't even that high. All I want is somebody who's like, I don't know, High King of the Dunedain. Can reforge the shards of Narsil. Is that so much to ask for? You can have flaws too. Like, if you don't like my soup, you can say you don't like my soup. If you broke your foot on that helmet, you can tell me. I will help you. All I want is the heir of Isildur.
So apparently it's a Facebook post going around, right, where they're exposing the Nashville women that are on list crawlers or whatever it's called, right? It's like Backpage. But they posted all the girls that's from Nashville on there. And my thing is, y'all are trying to ridicule these women for making their money when y'all are so adamant about not doing shit for a woman or putting any money in her hand. So now y'all are trying to judge these women for making the money. you know, for how they're making their money. They're going out to get it themselves. Y'all aren't giving it to them. And my thing is, why y'all not posting the niggas who buying the pussy? Why y'all not posting them? No, y'all need to post them too. Since y'all want to expose your homeboys and your granddaddies and uncles buying that same coochie on there y'all trying to ridicule for being on sale. The hell? Weird. Y'all, this is what I be talking about. Nashville people are weird.
I walk into this coffee shop, I see a beautiful girl that's sitting down, I get my drink, I sit down, I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna try and shoot my shot. Lean over, I make a joke about the drink I got's not good. I'm like, what'd you get? She laughs a little bit at my joke, but then looks at me in the eyes and says, none of your business. That was a good line. Not everybody can be pleased though in this life.
Okay, so I have a question that I think only guys can answer. So guys, tap the in, okay? Tap in. Because inquiring minds would like to know, just why do you guys pay for my food often, but never ask for my number? And I, you know, it's not like I look homeless. It's not like I look like I can't afford a meal or whatever. So I'm very confused as to why you guys don't ask for my number. And no, I understand sometimes it's out of like just paying it forward, making a woman's day, you know, just a good gesture. But sometimes like y'all be fine. And I'm single, ready to mingle. And nothing comes afterwards. Like, hello, aren't you going to ask me for my number? So can y'all tap in and let me know why y'all do this? Like, what's the motive behind it?
Serious question for the guys out there. I never really ask guys their opinion on anything, so this is different for me. But I'm very curious, okay? So I posted on Instagram and on TikTok, actually, some like thirst trap pictures. I got ready. I went to the club, posted a bunch of mirror selfies, looking pretty cute, right? And it got a lot of traction, like lots of likes, lots of comments. And as a result, some people went to like my Instagram highlights and started liking hella them. So I've been getting a lot of notifications lately of just hella likes on old stories, old things from my highlights, other posts. And then I was just curious. I was like, okay, let me go to my Instagram message requests just to see if there was people who liked, who slid in the DMs. And a lot of the people who liked a lot of my stuff didn't follow, didn't send a DM. And I'm like, so what is the guy's perspective on doing like the like rampage? Is it that you expect me to message you? Is it just because you like the pictures? Like, why do a deep dive into my profile if you're not even gonna like attempt to pursue further? I just really want to know.
Might be a hot take, but the trad wife trend is very much rooted in racism. Reason why is because these white women are recreating the traditional family life that was very common, that people are yearning for from the 1950s. You know who this wasn't an option for? Black and brown women. Historically, black and brown people have been very underpaid in the US, which has forced them to acquire multiple jobs simply to support their family. So a man being able to confine his white wife to the home is very much something that was not an option for everybody else. And it's rooted in nostalgia, whiteness, and who the past was really meant for, which is why you see so many white people trying to recreate it, because they see it as a time when women could be led by men and when men had full and total authority over the women in their lives and over politics in general. But again, this trad wife lifestyle was not an option for all women, so the fact that it is being so romanticized by specifically white women is often rooted in racism, the yearning for some mythical past that doesn't even exist. So remember, if you see any of this trad wife content, literally just fucking dislike it. Tired of seeing it on my FYP, and I'm tired of young girls being shown this.
So I feel like this might turn into a series, but on today's episode of what's going on in my local mom group. Last night, a girl posted, or mom lady, whatever, posted that her husband recently started working out of town. Trying to give her a little bit of grace, but she was just saying how he just keeps texting her and FaceTiming her, calling her, checking on her, and like seeing how she's doing. Terrible, right? How dare he do that? Anyway, yesterday he texted her and he said, "Hey babe, how's work going?" She texted back saying, "I'm swamped." And she's like, "We work in 2 different fields. He's not going to understand what's going on with my work." So when he texted back and he said, "Oh really? What's going on? Why are you swamped?" She just said, "I'm busy," because he's not going to understand what's going on with why I'm swamped. And then she said last night he texted and said, "Hey, send me a picture." And she said, "Look, I'm already in bed. I already have my pajamas on. Who takes pictures in bed?" So she sent him an old picture. And he said, that's an old picture. I don't want an old picture. I want a new picture. And then he tried to FaceTime her. She's like, look, I didn't even want to send him a picture. Why would I want to FaceTime? She's like, is something wrong with me? Yeah, there is. So, I mean, the comments were all like very nice, supportive. Like, look, these are growing pains for him working out of town now. You are getting used to the distance and all that. The top comment was, do you even like your husband? Because, I mean, it doesn't sound like you do. I commented and told her, if you're in bed and he's asking for a picture, girl, you better pull that moo-moo down and show him the yitties, because it doesn't matter if you're wearing any makeup, not looking your best at that point, because the girls are always going to look the same, and that's what he really wants to see. And the next time that he comes home, you call a babysitter, you go on a date, and then you have a naked house for the night, and you try to bring that spark back, because y'all are struggling.
So y'all know I was one of those girls that was on the Kevin Samuels show, and I'm 52 now. I was 48, and he said I was almost 50 and I was old news. And y'all, guess what? I still ain't found nobody yet. I still have not found a man, and I keep trying to look younger and younger and younger. And I know I don't look like I'm in my 50s. So what is it? Can you help me out? What is it? What's the stuff?
I finally found a girl with a car, a job, and no baby.
Bro, you did it. You did it, bro. I'm proud of you.
I swear, like, being in this game really make you look at men differently. Like, it make you not respect men. It just make you look at them so different. And it's so fucked up that is one of the flaws about doing this shit, is that you just look at men so different. Like, disgust, and more disgust.
I'm watching my boy chat up a girl, riz her up, and it's going quite well. He's pulling out all the stops. She's laughing. He gets the number. He diffs. 2 seconds later, that girl's friend comes up and says quite loudly, "Did you give him your real number?" She says, "Yeah, I did." The girl's friend says, "Why?" "He's so short." I'm there. They don't know I know him. I'm like, yo, you telling me she shouldn't have given him the number just because he was short? She says with a straight face, "Yes." I'm like, yo, that's my homie. I'm finna tell him not to waste his time. Then they're like, no. Maybe she'll text him. Like, that's just my opinion, whatever. Next day rolls around. I ask him about it. I'm like, yo, that girl ever hit you back? He's like, no. And I never told him that was the reason why. So now you know. And that's also why guys don't really like talking to women.
I just really want to know, like, why every single time we match, you won't say nothing. I think it was like one time, I think I spoke to you, no response. Like, I'm just confused.
I dead ass don't remember matching. What? Yo! I'm outside. Pop out!
I don't care to see bitches. I see you when I see you.
Hello. I would like for you to allow me to read to you a message that I randomly received from a young lady who I used to talk to. Not to embarrass her, not to put my business out there, and not to even give my perspective on anything. I just want to show everybody what dating in today's time has gotten to be like. Hey, I know that we haven't talked in a while and I have moved on, but I just have to get something off my chest that's been bothering me for a long time. I don't like how easily you let me go. When I told you that I wanted space, I wanted you to give me space to be able to want space without you letting me go in the space I wanted.
So we're only a few clips in and we're seeing just how lame modern women can be, just how clingy. The man hasn't talked to you in literal weeks. And here you are back in his DMs with your insecure self. The female loser epidemic is alive and well.
I'm not sure why loving women has to look like condoning every action a woman does and never criticizing women in general.
because I've been called a pick-me many times on my account. If I cared, you would know I really don't care. I mean, it's just engagement. But the fact that I'm being called a pick-me because I'm discouraging and even telling women straight up that it's wrong to just hate men overall. It's actually wrong to be a misandrist. It's actually wrong. It's incorrect. And you are not better than men. Inherently, you're not. Being called a pick-me for that is really funny. And to assume that I don't care about women because I'm willing to tell them the truth is just gleefully funny to me. I'm sorry. It is funny, and I'm not going to stop doing it because I love women enough to actually genuinely try to help them. And I'm telling you right now, if your life looks like openly and even internally hating men just for being male, you are not going to have successful relationships with men. It's just the truth.
Sometimes I wish I was a 6'3" man because I swear to God, I would wreak havoc on society.
You know what's so mind-boggling to me? Men fumbling women. And that is really a hard thing for me to think about in reverse. Like, it's very rare that I feel like, oh, yeah, she fumbled you. Like, Jermaine Dupri was like, how y'all know she didn't fumble me? It was Janet Jackson, brother. It's Tiana Taylor. It's Rihanna. How do you have Rihanna in your grasp? She wants to be with you. And you dropped the ball. How, like, that just never will ever register in my brain on, like, how that's going to make sense. So it makes sense why some of y'all is fucked up. Like, you know how Cam Newton can't get over the Super Bowl? I understand why some of y'all is fucked up in the brain. Because y'all fumbled forever. There's no way to recover.
I remember one time I told a man I like flowers and he was like, bet. And I get it. I'm a raggedy, horrible, gold-digging bitch because I want flowers and cutesy shit. Okay, whoop-de-fucking-do. I told this man, I'm one of them, I like flowers, da-da-da-da. So he called me, he told me, he's like, hey, I have a gift for you. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I just told this man I like flowers. Like, a bitch about to give her a bouquet or something. So I proceed to go downstairs to receive my gift. 2 things I observed. 1, this man didn't have flowers in hand. He had no flowers in hand. So I'm like, okay, a little suspicious. However, he did have a Walmart bag with a box in it. So I'm like, well, what's going on here? So he proceeds to hand me this bag, and I'm like a little confused of why. And I open the bag and I look in it, and this man proceeded to give me those botanical Lego flowers. Here's the problem. 1, why? Why would you do this? So I asked him, I was like, what is this for? What is this for? Who is this for? He was like, it's for you. I said, why? Why is this for me? Why? Why'd you get this for me? What made you do this? He told me, well, I know that you're artsy and you like to do creative stuff. You like to do stuff with your hands. He's thinking that he got me in the bag. But, however, I don't do Legos. Bitches that like Legos is a whole nother level of motherfucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? I personally don't have the mental capacity. I have never expressed that I want to do Legos, a 3,000 piece puzzle. And second, why? What? You have never seen me ever do a Lego set in your life. I know that you probably thought it was cute, but it burned in my soul. But I was like, you know what, LaShonda? It's a thoughtful gift. I know it was a little pricey. Okay, maybe he wanted to do something cutesy together. So I was like, oh my God, are we going to build this together? He said, nah, Legos aren't his thing. Bitch, they're not mine either. You raggedy, horrible bitch. So you, instead of just buying me $20 flowers, you decide to spend $100 and something on this botanical flower. In your head, okay, I bought her a flower that will last forever. But the bitch gotta build her herself. If you hate me, just fucking say that. Just fucking say that. I accepted the gift. I took it. I took it right back to Walmart and got me a gift card because, bitch, you're getting blocked immediately. Immediately when Walmart accepted that botanical flower back and put it on a gift card for me to now own, yeah, blocked, bitch, because who the fuck do you think you are? And at this point, I'm so disappointed because you know what? He might have been onto something. Legos, come to the front. Where do I need to start? Where do I need to start? Because apparently a bitch gotta do it herself.
Sometimes men be in women business like, I like women natural. I like you without the wig. What? What are you talking about? This what you got then. I'm about to set it off in this motherfucker. Speak up. Okay?
Can someone please tell me if I should take this as an insult or a compliment? This man that I unfortunately have been associated with, he told me that I remind him of the 80s and I look like I would be in a Rick James music video. What do we think? What are the thoughts?
Can somebody please fucking explain to me why every time I meet a nice guy that's like actually into me and like likes me and gives me all of his attention and is like a good person, tell me why I'm not interested. Please, I hate it! I hate it!
This guy just made a TikTok and it was something along the lines of, oh, girls with blonde hair and blue eyes only or something. And I was fully expecting to open the comments and see all the girls with blonde hair and blue eyes like, we don't want you, like, this is gross, why are you doing this? No, it was a bunch of pick-me girls with blonde hair and blue eyes dropping their best selfie. Like, are you guys okay? Who does that?
I moved her phone to give the waitress some space, and I saw that the recording app was running.
Do you think she was doing it for safety? Like,
she said it was for safety.
Okay. I mean, I can't speak for that a woman's
And
view
she
on that.
would
yeah.
have recorded him on the way home.
That makes sense.
I would not have a first date person drive me.
Yeah, to be fair, if you're concerned about
No
safety,
way.
don't get into a stranger's
Just
car,
call.
right? I understand recording them in public,
Yeah.
meeting in public, completely fine. Like, if something were to happen, the police have a recording of this guy's voice or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, again, it's a bit
You're
over the
right.
top.
The ride home makes sense, but
Right.
also if you're that safety conscious,
Right.
drive yourself or whatever. Yeah.
I don't think he's the asshole for leaving. If he
No,
was
not.
uncomfortable and that made him
Right.
uncomfortable and he was like, I'm out, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If that was a girl and if the guy was recording me on a date,
Roles
for
reversed.
sure.
I would
yeah,
do
way
the
worse.
same thing, probably freak out, probably tell everybody he was recording me on the internet.
100%.
And ruin his life.
I wonder if he's ever taped me at a dinner.
I mean, on stage.
I mean,
you
yeah,
guys
you
have been
guys have
recorded a
definitely
lot.
been recorded.
You guys have been recorded a lot.
Yeah.
I've been very candid on here about how dating, especially dating in Los Angeles, can be very tricky because there's a interesting array of men to choose from and to date in this city. Nonetheless, on Bumble in the beginning of the month, they were having some promotion where you can get the premium for like $5. So I said, fuck it. And I got the premium. This is when you can see who likes you. You can edit the options how you like and whatever. And it was uneventful, to say the least. It was like a waste of my $5, but it's $5. It's whatever. After having no luck and after having still not yet gone on one single date in about 5.5 years, I have decided that after the premium runs out, which is in like 2-3 days, I'm going to delete all of my dating apps, all of them. And I'm going to start going out in public organically to try to meet men and see where that gets me. Why did I come to this conclusion? Because they say that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. So why am I going on dating apps, expecting dates, not getting dates, and then continuing to use the dating apps? Obviously, the product isn't working. So switch it up. Let's switch it up. So try to take you guys with me in terms of dating and see where it goes.
I swear, in real life, like, unless I'm mistaken, I'm not hideous. But
She's not hideous.
The camera would beg to differ.
The camera makes you
every
question
time.
everything.
It makes you really question.
Oh, like if he opens the door for you, it's bare minimum. If he asks you to be his Valentine's, that's bare minimum. Well, guys, what is above that? What's above him opening my fucking door? Because nobody else does anything more than that. And here's the thing, here's what I've come to the conclusion of, is us women, we have evolved and we just fucking take this shit of, we just let them get away with these things. We let them not open our car door, not pay for dinner, not fucking be a man, and they continue to stay the same, and yet we hate on them because they continue to stay the same. But what are we doing? We're reinforcing it. We are marrying these fucking people. Like, what are we doing? What is going on? What is better? What?
This video is gonna ruffle some feathers, but the Lord has put it on my heart for something that I have noticed in today's society about men of faith and men who fear God. I've noticed a lot that men who fear the Lord or men who have a relationship with God don't want to date single moms. And I am naturally curious as to why, as women of faith, we may have sinned. We get this blessing to become a mother and become single mothers out of it, whether we wanted it or not. And all of a sudden, that doesn't make me worthy to be a wife because I am pro-life. Because I did choose my child. But I'm not worthy to be a wife because you don't want that? I'm not hating on anybody who doesn't, but I think it's just like this common misconception that women of faith don't deserve to be a wife because they already have kids, when that could be far from the story that actually happened to them. So it's hard explaining this when I feel like, how can you be pro-life when you're not open to dating a woman with kids? So they're supposed to be pro-life, but not worthy of being a wife? I feel like we're picking scripture here, but to each their own. Do any of my other single Christian moms notice the same? I will delete your mean comments, so I come out of this out of the sincereness of my heart, what I notice. So
y'all, I have to know if I'm a psycho. So I've been talking to this guy for it's been 5 months now. Anyways, I ended up being kid-free, and I texted him and I told him, hey, I ended up being kid-free tonight. I don't know if you have any plans, but do you want to do something, or can I come over, whatever. And he said, sorry, don't get mad at me, but I want to spend tonight alone. This is the second time he's done this to me since we've been talking. The first time I got mad. The first time he did it, I got mad to the point where I ended up going on a date with somebody else, and then I told him about it. So, yeah. Anyways, that's a story for another day. So this time I was like, okay. And I just blocked him. And I blocked him off everything. And I just I don't even care to explain. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I'm so checked out. We're leaving that stuff in 2025, but is that crazy? Because we've been good this whole time. We just had a date the other day. We were fine. We've been fine this whole time, but just that one little text. Yeah, no, thank you.
Sometimes it confuses me. I don't understand how men don't want to come home from work to a beautiful wife who looks so beautiful in a dress. Kids is sitting there watching TV. We got food up. We ready to eat. We ready to watch a good movie all together and lay down and go to sleep and get ready for the next day. That just seems so peaceful to me.
I actually do feel really bad for men because they are falling behind. And that is a fact. That's not anything controversial. It's statistically supported that men are not as educated, aren't earning as much money, and this is a first, and they don't know how to close the gap because they were never given the tools that women were given, which is change yourself, work really hard, improve.
Wait a second, hold on, let me get this straight. So your advice to, let's say, close the gap between the genders would be to shut up, stop complaining, improve yourself, and work harder? See, that's funny because that's exactly what we've been telling y'all. And y'all would have shut up. Oh, it's the patriarchy. It's the reason I'm not a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, despite my only experience being a waitress for 15 years. If I told you that, you would be crying on Instagram Live and having all of your followers come attack me. But you know what? It's okay. You know why? Because I feel bad for her. She just wasn't given the tools to, shut up, stop complaining, improve herself, and work harder. And, eventually you'll get there.
Have your feelings about monogamy changed post-divorce?
Yes, for sure. I mean, I think I have definitely deconstructed a lot of those ideas that I had when I was younger around monogamy being, morally superior. Also, my sort of inherited beliefs about like the one true love mentality and marriage is the final destination and, all those things that lead women to the trap of marriage.
Yes.
I do think that a lot of that unlearning, though, probably happened before my divorce, or that questioning, and probably contributed to the dissolution of my marriage because I felt like I saw through it. And it was not that I was craving other partners. I think that my relationship to marriage as an institution and what it does to men and women who do care about each other, it was much more that.
I turned off that Jubilee sit down as soon as none of them ladies took that big white girl up on her offer. The fuck you mean we can take it to the track? Because guess what? Listen, it's a reason why they select women for certain interviews and shit, because they know the men is petty. Nigga, you 425 and you said you're thin appearing and you can beat me in a race. You got to stand on that. Let's go. Sir, I'm sorry. Why are you standing up? Bitch, we going to the racetrack. What the fuck you mean? Why am I standing? Tell him get his big ass up. We going to the motherfucking track. He got to stand on that shit. You ain't finna say no shit like that to me and then just be thinking we finna continue with sentences prove ourselves with sentences after. No. It's nothing, because you're trying to validate this dumbass line of thinking. What the fuck is thin appearing? Well, how the fuck do you... I ain't even got the gas to be turning on the cold air like this. Oh, what? We are allowing people to just advertise their mental illnesses on camera.
Let me get this straight, little bitch. You got on the internet to complain about a date because you had to pay $7 for parking. You didn't have to put no money towards gratuity. You didn't have to pay for none of the shit you consume or drink. You had to pay $7 to park your own car because you agreed to meet a man at the spot that y'all are planning the date for. I'm lost. You get there 10 to 15 minutes earlier than him. You see that they charging for parking. You let him go in first. Then you come in after him. And then you continuously bring up that you had to pay $7 for parking. Like he's not about to pay $100+ for y'all to both eat and vibe. What the fuck be going on with y'all? And this is why I say bitches be broke as fuck. When you hear a bitch say niggas shouldn't be trying to date if they ain't got no money, that's a bitch projecting. She knows that's the advice that she should be taking for herself, but she can't take it for herself. Think about this. This is the logic that they're using, y'all. If that bitch car was on E and he asked her out on a date, that means that he should have filled her tank to get her to the date. Because her, and what she said that if she get invited out, she's not expecting to pay for anything. So you telling me you want to get reimbursed on $7, bitch? Get your broke ass out of here.
Why do guys always want to talk to you when you're looking regurgitated like a bum? You know what I'm saying? The other day, this guy hit on me and I had on like sweatpants. This is the honest truth. Sweatpants, a t-shirt that had like a little coffee stain on it. And I was at the ATM and he was like coming from the gym. And then proceeded to ask me for my phone number, at the little chit chat. I'm like, I look like a bum. Actually, sir, I overslept. I was running late taking my kid to school. These are actually my pajamas. And on the way back, I decided to get some coffee and I spilled it because I obviously forgot where my mouth is. And on the way in, I decided to get some money and here you are. Who can relate? I'm thinking I'm looking my worst and guys are hitting on me. I know it's happened to you before. I know the guys chime in. What is it?
Back on the topic of sex, I was talking to someone on a Discord server and they essentially were like, well, since you have had a lot of sex with a lot of different people, that's going to severely limit your dating pool, because a lot of men aren't going to go for that. They're going to find that very uncomfortable and they won't like it. And I said back, yeah, it's limiting my dating pool to people who I'm not compatible with. If you're someone who's trying to save yourself for marriage, I'm not compatible with you. You weren't in my dating pool to begin with. People who don't have similar views on sex as me are people that I'm not compatible with. They weren't in my pool to begin with. It's just like people who want kids. They're not in my dating pool. Those aren't people who I want to seek out and that I would be open to dating. They're not in my pool. They're out of it. They're not compatible with me. I genuinely forget that a lot of people don't take compatibility as seriously as they should be. Being compatible with your partner is how you have these long-lasting and healthy relationships. When you guys are incompatible, that's when all the problems start to show up. Because you actually didn't take the time to see if you guys were on the same page about all of the really important things. Someone who is a lot more conservative with sex is just not someone who I would be able to date long-term, because I'm not compatible with them. It would never work out. Like, I fear this is common sense.
Y'all, I'm sitting in my car, right? Because I'm finna go to the gym. And this dude pulls up and parks next to me. And he's on the phone. He gets out the car. He's walking around to his passenger seat, probably trying to get something out of his car. He's on the phone. I overhear him. And he's like, nigga, if these B words didn't have P words, I would not be effing with him. Nah, for real. If these didn't have, I would not be with him. Bro, half the I do is for some, like... And then proceeds to say, these bitches getting drunk more than us now. Hell no, these bitches getting drunk more than us. I kid y'all not, right here, this car right here. Then he walks off and I'm like, Lord Jesus, please don't let him see that a woman is sitting in this car right now. Guys, they really hate us. They really hate us. I thought that y'all was kidding. I thought y'all was exaggerating, but these men really hate us.
When you treat a man's peace as a commodity, you can manipulate. Don't be shocked when he values that peace more than your company. If you want to see exactly how this entitlement crisis is destroying the traditional family structure from the inside out, click on this next video right here. Stay grounded.